Welcome to the second part of How I Took Back My Career. You are listening the voice of diary. Put on your earphones and let's start the story. The review day arrived wrapped in confidence that wasn't mine. My manager walked in like he owned the room. Handshakes, familiar jokes, easy smiles. He'd rehearsed this version of himself for years. I followed a step behind, laptop in hand, calm on the outside, alert on the inside. The meeting started smoothly. High-level slides, big picture language. My manager spoke in clean summaries, the kind that sound impressive without saying much. Leadership nodded along. Then the questions started, not surface-level ones, detailed ones. How did you arrive at that assumption? What happens if this variable shifts? What's the fallback if adoption stalls? Each time, my manager glanced at me, just briefly. Muscle memory. He'd done it before without thinking. This time, I didn't jump in immediately. I waited a beat, long enough for the silence to stretch, long enough for leadership to notice. Then I answered, clearly, precisely. No ego, just facts. I could feel it, the room recalibrating, eyes shifting, pens pausing. My manager recovered fast, reframed my answers as confirmations of a strategy, took credit without fully understanding what he was repeating. But something had already changed, because now they were asking me follow-up questions. After the meeting, one of the executives pulled me aside. "Good work in there," he said. "You clearly know this inside out." "Thank you," I replied. He hesitated. "Your manager's done a good job guiding you." I nodded. Neutral. Professional. Later that afternoon, my manager closed his office door. "That went well," he said, exhaling. "You did good backing me up." Backing him up. I handed him my resignation letter. 2 weeks' notice. Clean. Polite. No accusations. No emotion. He stared at it like it was written in another language. "What is this?" he asked. "I've accepted another role," I said. "I'm resigning." The shift in his face was immediate. Not anger. Fear. "You can't do this now," he said. "We're in the middle of something." "I know." He stood up. "This initiative depends on you." "I've documented everything," I replied. "The team will be fine." He laughed, short and sharp. "You think another company knows what they're getting? Without my name behind you." There was again. I met his eyes. They didn't ask for it. That's when the tactics changed. He told me I was making a mistake, that I was being disloyal, that I was ungrateful. He hinted that my performance reviews wouldn't look good, that references mattered, that industries were smaller than they looked. I listened, let him finish. Then I said, "I've already secured written references from stakeholders you don't control." Silence. He tried one last angle. "After everything I've done for you," I thought about the late nights, the missing credit, the stalled growth, the quiet threats. "You taught me a lot," I said. "Just not what you think." The next 2 weeks were tense. He avoided me publicly, watched me privately, tried to limit my access, reassigned tasks he didn't fully understand, asked me to stay available after my exit. I stayed professional, completed my handover, answered questions in writing, made sure nothing could be twisted later. On my final day, there was no farewell meeting, no speech, just an email wishing me the best in future endeavors. What he didn't know was that leadership had already started asking questions. Because once I was gone, the gaps showed. The initiative slowed. Answers got vague. Deadlines slipped. Decisions stalled. The person who'd been quietly carrying the complexity wasn't there anymore. And for the first time, my manager didn't have someone to look at when questions went deep. 3 weeks after I left, my phone buzzed during lunch. Unknown number. "Hi. This is from the leadership office. Do you have a minute?" I stepped outside. They didn't waste time on small talk. "We're reviewing the initiative you worked on," the voice said. "Some inconsistencies have come up. We wanted clarity from the person who actually built it." There it was. No drama. No revenge. Just gravity. I didn't gloat. I didn't vent. I explained, calmly, step by step, what the model needed, what the risks were, what decisions had been postponed because someone upstairs didn't understand the depth. They listened. At the end, the voice said, "That aligns with what we're seeing." A week later, I heard through an old teammate that the project had been paused. Not canceled, paused, which is corporate language for we're re-examining who's in charge. My former manager started attending extra review meetings. More decks, more justifications, less confidence. The same room that once nodded along was now asking him the questions he used to redirect to me. Only this time, there was no glance to the side. No safety net. Another message came in, this time from him. Hope you're doing well. Leadership asked if you'd be open to consulting on the initiative. Short term. Paid. I read it twice. This was the same man who said my career needed his name behind it. I replied after an hour. Thanks for reaching out. I'm fully engaged in my new role. I won't be able to consult. He typed. Deleted. Typed again. Understood. Just thought I'd ask. That was it. No apology. No acknowledgement. And I didn't need one. A month later, my new company announced my role publicly. The title was bigger than my last one. The scope wider. The trust visible. An old colleague forwarded me a screenshot from LinkedIn. My former manager had updated his profile. Same title, different wording, more collaboration, less ownership. I didn't feel happy about it. I felt clear, because the truth doesn't need exposure when it's consistent. It just waits for the right moment to be noticed. I was loyal when it cost me growth, professional when it cost me comfort, quiet when it would have been easy to speak. And when I finally walked away, I didn't take revenge with words. I took it with absence. Some people don't lose you when you leave. They lose you when they realize how much of themselves was built on your silence. Subscribe to the channel if you like the story and click the bell icon for more stories like this. This is the Voice of Diary, signing out.